Hi guys, it's Mel from Maxi Photography, and today I would like to just have a quick chat about the COVID-19 and how that might affect your wedding day in terms of accessories like face masks and sanitizer and bubble groups, and how we make things work and we still get lovely photographs of you all on your wedding day. Now obviously at the moment it is not possible to get married in the UK. We are under lockdown number 3, but hopefully in the foreseeable future we will be able to get back to being able to get married. I would imagine it will be on the smaller side, so encompassing the micro wedding banner of 15 people, so that's 2, the couple, so 2, and then up to 13 guests I would imagine will be what we're looking at in the foreseeable future, but hopefully moving into summer those numbers will be able to increase, but obviously we don't know, so I'm not going to speculate. But what I would like to do is tell you what I have seen and do know, and that is that towards the latter part of last year, 2020, I was lucky enough to shoot 2 full-day weddings and a little 3-hour as well, which was lovely. And I just noticed a few things which I'd just like to pass on to you, just to bear in mind when thinking about your micro wedding or wedding under the current COVID restrictions and guidelines that we have to adhere to. So, first things first, and let's get it out of the way. I walked in and I had a lovely face mask on. Okay, face masks, whether we like it or not, are going to be part of our lives, I think, for a very long time. So, they're going to be part of your wedding. That's how it's going to be, okay? So, how are we going to get over face masks? Everyone will need to wear one, and currently, bride and groom in your ceremony don't need to wear one, or they didn't, okay? So I'm assuming that will be still the case as and when things open up again. Okay, so face masks can be lovely, face masks can be horrendous, and we want to go for the lovely end of the spectrum and not the more horrendous end of the spectrum, because the camera doesn't lie when it comes to face masks. So a little bit of thought put into them prior to the day will make a world of difference to your wedding photographs. Okay, so I just took off a rather snazzy lynx print, this is, face mask, of which I love wearing on a day-to-day basis. It won't be the face mask that I will wear on your wedding day, because I think it draws a little bit too much attention to myself. So I will be wearing, and my assistant, we will both be wearing face masks. They will be plain and probably something along the lines of this, which isn't too in your face and doesn't shout look at me when I'm shooting the photographs throughout the day. Okay, they are handmade face masks and are, you know, colour coordinated or plain face masks. Where face masks work is where they very much look like they're part of the outfit. Now, everybody at the wedding probably will have spent some time, money and effort to look their best. Things will match, things will be looking lovely. So what we really don't want to do is go and plonk on any old face mask that you happen to have grabbed on the way out of the house, which clashes or is ill-fitting. Please, big tip of the day, if you are buying face masks for people, or people are buying new face masks they haven't tried on before, please try them on before the day. I have had an awful situation where ill-fitting face masks have pulled ears forward quite significantly, and when that's happening throughout the entire ceremony, I only have 2 choices, and that is to either not photograph that person, and when they're one of 13, they're probably quite key to your family or your friends, and or I take the photograph with the ears being pulled forward. So we don't want that to happen. So whatever you do and however the face masks are sourced, please ensure they are all tried on before you're just about to walk into that ceremony, okay? So any ill-fitting masks can be amended, altered or changed. Okay, so that's big tip. Okay, try on your face mask. The two brides at the full day weddings, we've gone for people who have either worn matching face masks. Mother of brides, I think by the looks of things, might have had the face masks made to match the fabric of the outfits or very similar. One couple actually bought matching face masks for the males, so they all had a blue, I think it was, and the girls had a nice blush pink. Again, that was wonderful, but I would always suggest getting a sample, because sometimes with the face masks, especially if they are of a more satiny finish, when people breathe in, if they don't fit really well, they actually breathe into your mouth. So you get kind of this like horror movie kind of inward take of a mask going into a mouth, especially if it's lighter fabric. You get a darker hole look, and it's not great. So yeah, just be careful on that. So I would suggest, you know, they're not going away, so buy them in advance and just make sure when you breathe in and out, it's not going to flap in and out of your mouth. These are cotton, which I believe is what we should be looking at anyway. For well, I don't know really, but they're cotton, but the satiny ones, like I say, just be careful with them, and double check that there's some sort of non-inward flappy kind of prevention to stop that from happening. Okay, for brides and grooms, brides, I know pretty much, I would say most bridal shops will be able to offer you some sort of option that either that can be made either from a cut off from your dress if you've had it shortened at all, or a very similar fabric, very pretty masks, so you know you don't have to ruin the fact you just spent, you know, a small fortune on a beautiful dress and then have just a bog standard disposable from, you know, from wherever to ruin your outfit. Okay, so, and groomsmen, I believe, you know, I'm sure tailors can do the same, and if not, maybe you know, the bridal shop will be able to do something using the colour of your tie or whatever theme you've got. Okay, so that's face masks. Like I said, myself and my assistant, we will wear a face mask all day. We will have change of face masks, and we will be making sure we're wearing them wherever necessary, probably there and above. Outside, if we're outside and we're way away from everybody, then they might come off then, just because, you know, they're great to wear, but it's nice to get some fresh air through as well. So that's what we'll be doing with face masks. Obviously, in the very process of taking on and off face masks, we are going to be touching where we've been breathing, which is obviously where the contamination comes from. So we will also have bottles of hand sanitizer either on us or in our bags, so we can hand sanitize as frequently as we can, and we will also obviously be washing our hands, singing happy birthday for 20 seconds as often as it allows, but obviously given the nature of a wedding, we are there to take photographs, not wash hands, so we'll have this on, hand sanitizer on us, to make sure we can be fresh at all times. Okay, so we've sorted out our face masks, we're sanitised. So now, as you'll know, in the ceremony and at the venue, you will be told that people will have to follow social distancing and bubbling rules. So we will have little pods of people in little groups following social distancing bubbles. Before the day, regardless of whether we have a pandemic on or not, I do ask to speak to you about any formal groups or, you know, sort of family shots that you would like, and I draw up a list of that, so it's all sorted. So now we might want to be thinking about that a little earlier, just so we can make sure that we can work within social bubbles and who can and can't be stood next to each other. If we've got the opportunity to be able to stagger groups, you may have seen photographs on the internet where we've had little groups of, you know, the big shot for everybody, which 15, is quite achievable if we've got the space to be able to put little groups staggered, so we get everybody in the shot, but they're not all stood as closely as they would have done pre-pandemic. So that's fine, so don't worry about, you know, it all looking weird. We can get a different angles to make things look as normal as possible. Okay, and that goes for confetti. If we are allowed to do confetti again when we're opened up, then we'll make sure that you're well apart. I've got little ways and means of making confetti shots look busier and better and beautiful. Anyway, have I got one on here? No, I haven't. Which I'll tell you if you want to contact me. But we can make confetti look great, and then whilst we're on that subject, if the wedding isn't sort of, you know, right in the middle of summer, then most evenings we've got some darkness. If we're still not allowed to be doing any sort of first dance or partying, then a sparkle tunnel is another good way of getting some more shots with sort of people in, but we can socially distance and not have people close and everything necessarily. So you know, we'll get all the nice photographs still, regardless of having to deal with these things. Now, in terms of how we shoot, I generally shoot with some prime lenses, which are sort of fixed length lenses, but I do shoot a lot on a zoom lens or zoom lenses. So just the nature of how I shoot, I'm away from people an awful lot. So the way I'm going to shoot isn't going to change that much. I won't have to change my lenses, like I say, because I work on a long distance a lot of the time anyway, so me being able to keep away from people won't be a problem. The only difference, in the morning sometimes I get up closer to the bride for some portrait shots, but again that's fully achievable on a longer lens, the other side of the room or whatever. Which brings me to the getting ready shots. Again, I don't know what the guidelines are going to be, but I can only work on what we've done, and that is that when you are getting ready, is if you could choose, if you are at a hotel or a, you know, exclusive use or wherever at home, if you could choose the biggest, brightest, well-aired, lightest room in your home to get ready, that'd be really helpful, because by the nature of getting ready, you're likely to have, you know, hair and makeup, you know, your bridesmaid, maybe your mum coming in and out, and then me. So we had to work to numbers of 6 before, so that meant, you know, someone comes in and then someone needs to go out again and what have you. So the bigger the room and the more we can keep to those social distancing rules without clambering over everything and what have you, then that would be really helpful to bear in mind. So I think that's in a nutshell. I'd love to speculate and say when we're going to get back to normal, but I don't know, so I'm not going to, quite frankly. Hopefully it'll be soon. Above and beyond everything else, whenever and however we can go back to shooting weddings, we want it to be safe for everybody, and make sure that you know, we do it in a controlled and, like I say, safe environments, so everybody just enjoys themselves, and there's no, you know, no problems afterwards. So I think that's COVID-19 in a nutshell. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch with me, ask me about any of my experiences of shooting a few weddings, then by all means pop along to my website, and there's a contact me form. Pop in there what your questions are, I'll come back to you. If you'd like to see some examples of some COVID guided weddings, I did do a roundup of my 4 2020 weddings on my blog, and you're more than welcome to have a look at that, and there are some absolutely wonderful examples of how you can look gloriously glamorous wearing a face mask. There are some very nice ways of people have pulled that off, so you know, don't worry, it can look glamorous in a face mask world. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you keep safe and well, and good luck with your wedding planning. Thank you, bye.